What's up,
What's
guys?
going on,
We're here
guys?
at Starbucks.
So for the last
Sean's
episode
over
of Coffeehouse, Chad and I decided we were going to
we're each gonna go through the drive-through and get each other a drink.
Starbucks drinks and surprise each other about what we were going to be drinking for the day.
What can I get started for you?
Can I get a grande soy mocha frappuccino?
Do you want the whipped cream on there?
No, thank you. Hey, what's up? Alright, we got the drink. Got a soy mocha frappuccino. And next, we are going to meet Chad back at my apartment to film the episode, so I will see you there.
All right, let's drink some coffee. And notice I said let's drink some coffee, not make coffee. And why is that?
What have we done? Oh no. Yeah, we went and we ordered Starbucks drinks for each other. Kind of a little surprise thing going on. Just thought we'd change it up a little.
Got you a hot drink.
At least a little season finale. Welcome to episode 10 of Coffeehouse. Today we're going to do a little answering on a Q&A. So we're going to do a lot of A today.
A lot of A, and the Q's have been done via Instagram questions.
How many questions did we get?
What was it, 48?
It's about 50 questions.
Oh, 50.
I knew the answer. I just wanted to give a little prompt.
Just check me on the stats, right?
You can go ahead and pull those up. So what I got you, and I kind of explained.
Or should I try and guess and then you can confirm?
I mean, you're gonna know. Also, you looked.
Oh no, I didn't see
Okay.
it. I'm looking at the consistency of it, and I've never seen this.
Yes, you have.
Or okay. I think the flat lid because I didn't get the whipped cream on top.
Right.
Okay, so it's a frappuccino of sorts.
Vegan.
Vegan. And then you, I'll let you guess yours. You can try it out a little bit. It's a couple different things, and then a little extra pick me up.
I think I just taste the espresso if you put espresso in there.
There is espresso in there. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, I know. I knew you'd like it.
Is that vegan?
Yeah.
Is it Oreo?
No.
I was gonna say that's pretty funny.
It's so good. Are you sure it's vegan?
Yeah. Wow. It tastes like a s'more.
Is mine vegan?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
I think you're gonna pull a trick on me.
No.
I got two vegan too.
I'm not gonna lie, I debated buying your drink in line. Like, can I pay for the guy behind me? I didn't do it.
That'd be funny.
I figured you'd be mad at me. So, do you want me to?
I'd be so mad
All
if
right,
you paid for your drink.
Three things in that drink. You got espresso.
Am I looking for? Sorry, I got the espresso. Am I looking for like a spice or a flavoring, or am I looking for like a
I'd say sauce.
sauce?
You're
Okay.
looking for the sauce. It's
What's
not
the
just
sauce?
spice or flavoring. Guys, we gotta get the tasting notes. It's part of Coffeehouse.
Is
So.
it something chocolate? I would say no.
No, I mean, that is a tasting note that we've seen a lot. So, I mean, you shouldn't be surprised if that's
Memes.
something that comes across. I couldn't even tell you
Fudge and cinnamon. I mean, I don't even.
this tastes fudge.
It's
Fudge frappuccino?
mocha,
Mocha?
which is chocolate.
That's so hard to believe, and it's with soy.
Yep.
Nice, that's tasty.
It's pretty good.
Is there any coffee in this at all? I don't know.
It's frappuccino, so yeah.
Okay, well, Starbucks baristas, let us know in the comments. Does this have coffee in it? Are you ready for yours?
Yeah, lay it on me.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
it's a mocha.
Yep.
Extra shot of espresso, so there's actually 3 shots in there.
What have we done?
And then there's
I'm gonna be bouncing off the walls.
caramel
Caramel.
drizzle on top. So you got the chocolate.
I can't taste the
caramel, whipped cream.
You're trying to throw me
The
off.
3 shots.
He was trying to throw me off. I was tasting. I was thinking about the liquid or whatever, the topping, and I said it's not chocolate. And he goes, I don't know. You should think about that. We've seen a lot of chocolate in our time. You're talking about the mocha, I know, but
Yeah. So you got caramel, mocha, with an extra shot.
the last time I've been to Starbucks, it was in college.
Really?
Yep.
Not even like a road trip or
freshman year,
anything?
I went to Starbucks to get a drink, and I hadn't had one since. So this is the first Starbucks drink I have had in 7 years.
No way.
2012 was the last time I got Starbucks because I got really sick after I went there. I think I got food poisoning from the cafeteria, but I just associated it with Starbucks. So I just never got. I was like, it just kind of like ruined something that wasn't really to blame.
I'm never eating 7-Eleven chicken again.
You didn't even have to mention it.
Yeah, so
I got it.
Don't. I'll save you the trouble.
Noted.
Don't do it.
Done. Written down.
Especially in another country.
I'll write that. Do not eat 7-Eleven chicken. Right next to don't eat gas station sushi.
There
So
you
those
go.
are kind of.
I haven't seen gas stations sushi before. So
There's a reason.
That's a good thing.
Raw fish and gas stations don't mix.
Fun fact: I actually went to Starbucks 4 days ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't really drink it. It's kind of expensive and like, I don't know, just not really my thing.
Yeah, I just got a iced almond milk latte.
That sounds good.
Get your espresso in there. It was just for the drive home from Orlando. Keep my
Mind focused.
mind focused,
Honed
stay
on the
awake.
Road home.
But
Let's jump into
without
some
further ado,
questions.
let's get the Q&A on the road, the ROAD.
Meme review.
So,
By the way, I don't know. I haven't read any of these questions,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of just all responding.
okay, so
candidly.
I'll ask the question. You say, give your, and then we'll just
And then we'll just go back and forth.
Yeah.
Sure.
So this one, and I'm gonna say who it's from.
Okay.
SOC6032 asks, what's been the most rewarding part of running your own business? And that's a cool question because I don't think anyone's actually ever asked.
The answer for me is so easy. It's so easy. And I wonder if you could guess what it is. I don't think you can. And I think that's probably an unexpected answer.
What's been the most rewarding
Yeah,
part
for
of
me,
running
for
your own
Shelton.
business? I think it's the success in knowing you're capable of doing that.
That's
Or
gonna
creating something of your own.
So the creating is the thing that I really like, the creativity aspect, because really it's just an outlet. In the same way that like, if you make art, the canvas is the way that you do things. The business is the canvas for me, and so like just the way that we go about designing kendamas and interacting with customers and planning events and that kind of thing is a way to be creative, and you can add your own little spice to things that others might not see coming. And I think that Grain Theory does a really good job at this kind of thing, especially early on, where they were really, it's just like the small details and things.
I mean, they started in a shed in their dad's backyard.
Yeah,
you
but it's
know?
just like it's like you look at a stamp on a bag, or you look at like a sticker that was thrown in with the order, or you look at the message that was written on the inside of the box. It's just the little things that you can do that you think of that allow you to influence the world through your creativity and through the business. So that would be my answer to that.
Yeah, I think for me it's like as you're getting out of high school, you're going into college, and you're starting to become your own person, and you want to be, I guess, like you want to be different than other people. You want to you want to do your parents justice for the way they raised you. You also want to be different than your parents.
You have a duty to yourself.
Yeah, so for me it's like man, I really did something different, and we impact so many people through Soul Kendamas. Like,
sure.
You have this thought like, okay, if I died early, what kind of impact did I have on the world? And I could say, like, at this point, like, we have already impacted so many people and like have changed people's life, hopefully in a positive way, and the relationships that we've helped create, and through events, and even like people watching these videos, hopefully every single day that
are enjoying
that people watch this, it's some kind of like
uplifting energy about.
And so I think for me it's like, there's all that self stuff too, but like all the stuff that we've been able to like help other people with, and just like the positivity.
It's just rewarding,
Yeah.
Proud of you. That's
So,
a good answer.
That's It's genuine.
Way to start out strong.
So from the same person.
Thanks for the multiple questions.
Yeah,
That's
which
awesome.
is good.
Contribution.
What's been the hardest part about running your own business? And those go like kind of hand in hand. It's like, what's the rewarding? What's the hardest part? And I think for me, it's like,
in terms of just pure challenge.
Because it's your own business, you're the one holding yourself accountable for doing things.
Yeah.
And so, like, aside from you and me, it's like, Shelton, I really, really need that design file for those stickers or something like that, where he's like, maybe like I could put something off, but it's, at the end of the day, it's really up to me. And so you have to find that motivation in yourself, or like if it's through you and I, and if you're busy with something, you're not gonna have the time to come and say, hey, like, you need to check up on the,
Yeah.
So I think finding the motivation yourself to, like,
self accountability, not even motivation, the discipline.
can be hard, because at times it's amazing. Yeah.
It just kind of
If you're in the right headspace and everything.
Yeah, the challenge I think for me is like thinking about how you can share kendama in a way that people enjoy it, because you don't know how each individual person receives what they're visually taking in, and like it's hard to frame things just in a way that you can get everyone on board across the board in different ways. So I think like the hardest challenge for me it's just like the past couple of years is like, how do we just keep sharing this with new people and doing it consistently and like in a good way, and like in a way that's like affordable and like and fun, and like it's just really hard to me, honestly, to do it in such a wide scale. So maybe that would be the hardest part about that. Yeah.
I guess another thing is as a business, looking at like purely business standpoint, you are, I guess you're restricted at some point by the amount of money you're capable of spending, resources and things like that. You're able to spend on things that, reach that end goal of like teaching kendama to more people and bringing more people into the community. And so it's like if the sales aren't there, then you're not going to be able to spread it.
It kind of works together.
It comes hand in hand. You support a company that's looking to grow the community, they're going to grow the community if you buy kendamas and things like that. And it's like maybe one string, like just one string pack is like another like $4 closer to
being able to share it with someone else.
And, so things like that, I guess, like that's more of a struggle than like a difficulty. I don't know. Like
it's the same to me.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next question. This one's really cool, from Kevin. _WHS _2K19.
Thank you, Kevin.
That's a new
That's
Instagram
a fresh name.
Do you think that expensive kendamas are better than cheap ones? That's a cool question, because we've seen kendamas ranging from as cheap as like 15, legitimate kendamas from 15 all the way up to like what, 120, 140?
Yeah, I think we talked about this a little bit when we were talking about the designing kendamas in that episode, and I think oftentimes you'll see that the best kendamas incorporate all the elements that affect playability, and they kind of converge upon each other in a more expensive kendama. And it kind of just happens that way. I mean, like, personally, I think like a pastel, super playable. It's the soul shape, it's sticky, and the only thing it's missing is like tracking.
It doesn't have tracking, yeah.
But I mean, it's a good kendama, and it's not expensive. But like, you look at the KD Pro Mod, and it was thoughtfully designed on the Tama design. It's sticky. It
supports a person.
Great shape. The whole thing together just comes together, and so I would say yes, but the difference between the benefit for the cost is not as great as you might expect.
And also, it depends how much you value, like U.S. made versus made in China or made in Canada or made in, So does that weigh in as well? Because that's also a huge factor in pricing for some different kendama brands, And for us, the more expensive kendamas are typically those that are tied to a person, like a pro model, because that, again, like so much before the kendama is even made, so much time, efforts, resources go into creating that like, in game it's just there, but like there's a lot more that goes into the pro models than just the regular series that we have. And so
there you have it.
I don't know.
For me, long story short, kinda.
It's a hard one. Like, if you're looking for a good, solid, playable kendama, you can get a cheap one. If you're looking for one that holds more value on a level further than pure just playability, go for the
Pro Mod.
The Pro Mods, the US made, whatever
Nice.
that is for you. So, better late than never, _ do you have new apparel in the works? If yes, can you tease any? I guess I can answer this because I've been talking with. We just released the Penguin, and that was like within the past week.
Collab.
Those are still fresh, hot off the press.
Cold off the press. It's a Penguin.
Freezing cold off the press. Lyndon has actually been scheming on a couple of apparel designs, and he's got a lot of really cool ideas. He actually designed a lot of
Soul and Friends
stuff in the past, like the 3D
Playground
looking one. And so currently in the design process, we can't tease anything yet.
And I want to get back on that horse because it's so fun. This is the creativity aspect that you get to like celebrate. And I have not designed apparel in a while. I think the last
Soul Set crew.
The last cool thing I made was Soul Set crew neck, which was like
It's
what
a staple
2015.
now. It's a staple for our Soul.
I need to make something else cool, but I'm a busy man. Sucks. I literally don't have time to do everything I want to do.
So I'd say it's in the works. Nothing firm yet.
Yeah.
But hoping like as winter begins to become spring
and
summer, you'll be seeing some new stuff. So that is that. Annie echoes. It's not a question, but tea. Instead of coffee, some tea.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sip.
Tea is in tea or the letter T?
It's actual like tea.
Oh, tea.
Annie wants some tea. Do a triple whirlwind. Okay. I just assumed you've cut all this and edited it.
No. I will not be cutting.
I'm a
We
kendama.
don't do that here.
I'm a kendama
We do
player.
one take.
I'm a kendama player, Shelton. I got
One take. All right. Here's a question from Shikey _
triple whirlwind.
Lace. When's Liam getting a pro mod?
He's a pro. Pros get pro models,
Eventually.
and so yeah, he'll get a pro mod soon.
Liam has to go through the soul boot camp. It's when it's raining and muddy and you have to climb under barbed wire. And
It's a 9-month intensive.
You have to finish an Ironman triathlon.
All inclusive.
Kevin did it. Lyndon did it. Liam's got to do it.
Yeah.
It's the nature of the beast. Will the Natty Ashes make a return?
Potentially. We got some kid-only ash coming soon.
Oh, that's funny because this other question by Micah Segura is, can you please release maple soul shaped kin only? And then an emoji that looks like this.
You want it? You got it. We're releasing kid-only options soon. That includes maple and ash. So there's your answer for that.
And then Where Are the Mangoes 15 said, will you sponsor? And then he said, wrong question, my bad. And he said again, wrong question, my bad. And then he said, will you sponsor Miguel, the legend himself?
Oh.
Maybe if you'd asked the question right the first time, I'd consider it. But
It's funny because there's several Miguels. I mean, I met...
we're going to end up sponsoring the wrong Miguel because you didn't specify.
Miguel down in Florida who took a nice picture of me, which I posted on Instagram the other day, doing a little yin, little zen. And then there's obviously Miguel de la Torre. So
This is so funny. I don't know how we've not answered this question before, so this kind of cracks me up. What was it that made you start wanting to do Coffeehouse?
yeah, I know, it's funny because I read that. And
Never mentioned it. We're just like, just start filming and just start releasing it and
That's
stuff
a good
like that. It's
point.
like,
There's no introduction. We
So
just kind of
Chad and I both really like coffee, a lot, and we also wanted more stuff for our YouTube because it's got a lot of edits and stuff on there, but nothing kind of like, showy.
Yeah.
And so we wanted a show, and we're actually talking about a bunch of other type of stuff we can put on there. And so we're hoping to have kind of a pop in YouTube more so this year.
Yeah.
And so our goal is kind of just to make a bunch more stuff for YouTube. And so the Coffeehouse kind of came to be. We bought some equipment and that kind of thing. And the goal for season 2 is to double up on the quality and just like really do a bang up job. So
Yeah. I mean, plus I worked at a coffee shop for a year and a half. and we started
Disregarding that completely.
No,
sorry.
no. Like we started selling coffee. It's just kind of like we were surrounded.
We just really like coffee.
Like all of a sudden, coffee is just like encroaching. Like soul coffee is just, and so it's
I'm
just a
warning
mixture
you.
of several things.
I think I'm at like 2.5 espresso shots, and it's kind of kicking in. No.
Yeah, he's about 2.5 in. I just had to test you there. Just
Feeling it a little bit. I'm not gonna say that one.
I'm curious now. Oh yeah, that's not a question. It was a statement.
Domasloth says, any more wood coming to your lineup? Hickory, maybe. Hickory's a tough one.
Yeah, we tried a little sample of hickory U.S. made, and it was just kind of like chip happy, a little. Might be one right there.
That's what that is.
It's beautiful. It's nice. I don't know that we can source hickory for what we're doing now.
We need to check on our sources again and see if there's anything newer available. Pine.
Yeah, I guess we've.
Pine's super dense, right? I don't know.
Yeah. We got cherry coming. Ken Only Options cherry. That's gonna be sweet because we haven't had cherry since the beginning.
Yeah. That's true.
So hold your hickory horses and get ready for the cherry because that's gonna be
look for the cherry. JEUR_EDO says, how are soul kendamas made? As much detail as possible. So, I mean, just really quickly, we already have an established relationship with someone who manufactures kendamas. They've had the experience of doing so for at least half a decade. We produce a design document detailing exactly what we want. I mean, literally every single detail. We've already produced our own shape, so that as a reference is taken care of. Nothing to worry about there. And like you'll say the string, the spinner, the colors, specifically Pantone colors. So if you've got or know of someone with a Pantone book, or you can look online, that's kind of how you make your color decision. And then you just literally design as if you would design anything else, what you want, and then select your wood type and say, hey, can we make some of these? And then so we'd send it over, kind of talk back and forth about cost and that kind of thing, and shipping and packaging and anything else you might want. And then once you've all agreed to something, we will send some money and it will be made. And it arrives at the door, and we open it up and
quality control,
check everything,
get it ready for the website.
And then for us specifically, we'll order bags. It's basically the same process as the kendama design thing.
Yeah.
And so we get those together, and like you said, quality check, and then stickers and pictures and Instagram post, and then
that was a solid minute of just like.
So there you go.
Laid it out for you.
As much detail as possible.
That was great. That was really good.
DARANTEDAMA. How do I say this? Darantedama?
Darantedama.
He says, would you rather sesh in Romania or Latvia? And for me, come on. Both. I mean,
I was gonna say, well, today Latvia, 2 years ago Romania, or like a year ago Romania.
Don't even care. I don't even care.
You go to either?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's
right
hit.
Now,
hey,
this morning.
let's hit.
You know what?
Let's hit
Forget
both.
work.
Let's hit both.
Forget work. Forget Tacoma takeover. Let's just go to Latvia. Let's go to Romania. Why not? Life's too short. As a company, are you doing something against climate change?
This is cool because like I don't know I'm 3 days vegan, and then 2 days prior to that 3 days I was doing a couple, and then I like went back to eating normal, and then I've been 3 days. A lot of environmental impacts surrounding livestock production, that kind of thing. So
personal choices.
Yes.
I would say,
as far as the business, we use a lot of like reuse.
Yes, I would say a lot of people think of recycling the first thing they think of when they think of dealing with climate change, but literally the phrase that I've grown up listening to and everybody else is reduce, reuse, and recycle. And we hardcore reduce and reuse. Yeah. I mean, like literally, there's nothing that's wasted. We still have like cardboard boxes from early on that we reuse. Where if we've got like a wholesale order, we'll cut it down to size instead of going out and buying a new box.
Yeah,
and like
I've done that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I do too. I've got some stuff I got to sell on eBay that I'm gonna do it too this morning. But another thing is like when kendamas get shipped to us, they're in like a bubble, like little bag.
Mm-hmm. There's like
We
foam
reuse all of
sheets
those.
as well. Yeah, I try and not buy new packing supplies and things like that.
We haven't.
Foam sheets.
We've not bought any.
We haven't. And so there's a lot of necessary evils, like, gotta use cardboard to ship things.
You just have to ship stuff. Yeah, I mean,
like we use labels, but I will say
the labels are saving.
The labels are saving paper because they're the way they're printed. They don't use any ink. It's heat, so the ink is actually
This is a chemical
the
reaction.
Whatever the paper is.
The label is smaller.
We also
no tape.
we don't include a packing slip, which saves paper and
on
ink.
each order.
That, you know how many sheets of paper goes with every order, and so we're saving a lot there as well. And again, that reuse, like we try not throw away anything. I mean, of course, you have some stuff that you've got to throw away and things like that, but we try and reuse.
So I think that's kind of our focus, and then like you can't really recycle if there's nothing left to recycle if you're reusing and all. So I think that's kind of the idea, right? I mean,
yeah,
we just reuse it, and then the only thing is like the cardboard right now we could take it somewhere to be recycled, but like we'll probably use it. So it's still hanging out. When is Ken only gonna restock?
Like hopefully like 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, it's that timeline. It's coming down. So
it's wearing me down.
April.
It's breaking.
Chinese New Year's a big setback.
Me.
You know what I mean? Just a little.
What's Skydama says? Sky_Dama says, "What's your favorite trick to do? Not because it's hard, but because it's fun and or feels satisfying."
Not triple whirlwind. Although that's very satisfying when you hit it. I would say stunt plane fast hand is really, really satisfying. Yeah, I guess like any kind of triples is so nice, so satisfying to hit.
I love
a nice stunt plane fast hand. You just set the ball on the spike, just so satisfying.
I love like, and I'm gonna misidentify this trick, so it's kind of annoying. But like an inside pull-up swing spike with a regular gunslinger or a reverse gunslinger.
Inward pull-up.
Does that sound like I've described it? Yeah.
That's pretty.
I like those. Those are cool.
Technical.
Those are fun.
Shelton digs into the funk.
And I love the tricks that aren't difficult if you've tried them a couple times. You know what I mean? It's like so anyone can land it. It's just that it has to be something that you've tried. So I would say that's mine. KUUG_ARO says, another Painted Cups run?
Yeah.
Question mark?
100%. They're so popular. Like Liam and Alex Mitchell won Battle at the Border Open freestyle with Sticky Cups maple setup. So I think it's kind of like a no-brainer.
There's going to be a little bit of time maybe.
Yeah.
KUUG_ARO Kugaro asked another Painted Cups run? Question mark?
100%. I mean, they're really popular kendamas. Alex and Liam won Battle at the Border Open Division and freestyle with Sticky Cups maple setup. So kind of like a no-brainer as far as like, should we produce more? Yep.
This will just be a minute. That's all. It's just gonna take a minute.
A little bit.
The second part of the question was, how did Dama to the Death 2 compare to your initial thoughts?
So I guess we talked about it on Coffeehouse.
And we were kind of hesitant, thinking, is this a good idea or not? And we talked a little bit afterwards, just more about it.
Yeah. I mean, I personally, I competed. I used a kendama with a chip on it that I hadn't used prior to like the chip happening. So for me, I don't know, it wasn't as crazy as I thought. It was definitely like, I don't know, it's like nobody likes watching a bunch of Kens get burned, but the cool thing that we kind of saw is that people were buying kendamas. I get like new kendamas afterwards, which is good for like Kendama USA, Grain Theory vending, Souls vending. And
Chad decided.
Oh yeah, so we also decided to donate one kendama for every single entry into the Ken tournament. There were 19, so we donated 20 kendamas to a foster care program.
So that kind of handled our situation where we were like, is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Because that could be given to someone where we're just like, forget about it. We'll just give them that, so nobody has to worry about it. There's no case to be made now.
So now, those used kendamas that people are like, you could have donated. It's like, well, now there's 20 kendamas that have been donated.
Fresh, brand new.
Fresh, unused, like for those 19 that got burned. And
so you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Something that we could, use to give back. And it was a fun event. Florida Sweet. Skilderness was really cool.
Christian Fraser burned a Legacy mod.
Yeah, he had. It's funny because I was at his house before, and he was like, "There's like 15 or 16 of them." He's like, "This one's the least honed out of like oh," and it was just kind of like. He's like, I haven't played this one as much as the other 15.
He's gone through
like,
a trial.
Yeah, and so...
I had a towel
and
on you,
again, just Kens, not Thomas, so it was kind of funny.
Yeah, true. KDMA Slayer, Kendama Slayer,
Kendama Slayer.
Kendama Slayer, says, what's the inspiration behind the soul shape? Was it also your plan to make a chunky shape? # soul.
Ready? Lunars.
That's usually what it boils down to.
That one was kind of like our driving force. Obviously, we wanted to be really unique, and we wanted a kendama that was
Playable.
all around and playable.
Just good.
I mean, there's probably just a couple things that maybe aren't as honed as we like, but dude, the lunars are there, the slingers are there, Ken flips, spikes.
The spikes are there, bro. Spikes are there, for sure.
Yeah.
A funny little story. So we were in. I guess it technically is it Eric Ween's shop or RWB's shop or we were in RWB's shop and we were designing and we were doing rapid prototyping where you put a design out and you basically print out your kendama and you decide what you like about it and you make minor changes, rinse and repeat over and over. And it's called rapid prototyping because you do it very quickly.
Yeah.
Or if you did it like overseas or something, you'd have to wait for shipping and that kind of thing and it kind of slows you down. So we're doing rapid prototyping and Eric was kind of showing us the ropes on certain things like sanding and stuff like that. And I got this really funny clip on my camera where Lyndon was so they're set up with like ducts to suck out sawdust for safety because sawdust is like one of the worst things you can breathe. So it was hardcore sucking right beside a
Serrato sand.
basically a lathe with a set up to sand serratos, and so you take a piece of sandpaper and it's spinning and you rub the top of the cups just to kind of really lightly to make sure it's not scraping anything. Well, Lyndon gets up there first time and he goes, and it just like gets pulled out of his hand and he just looks at the camera like
and just laugh.
You just know that you were being filmed and it's like, great, that's on camera. Maybe I'll find it and put it and interject it right here. Welcome back. So the next question is, J-Man says, what's your favorite J-Man moment? It's this one where I kick you off the team. No.
Only I can make that joke now. Let's see. There's a few. I don't know if you guys have seen. Goodness, there's so many. He did the.
J-Man's a goofball.
You know the song Pony? It's like bump, bump, bump. He's like trying to take his shirt off and he couldn't get it off. And he's just like struggling. And as you know, he's like
he's a lanky dude.
Very slim, tall.
Yep.
That's probably one of my number one J-Man moments. Another one is the Guys at Summer video. He's crazy. He's funny.
See Justy 101 says
J-Man.
first kendama.
What?
See Justy 101 says first kendama.
First kendama?
Yeah.
Oh, blue TK16 was my.
Mine was an orange TK16, which you gave me.
I don't think it was TK because they don't.
Oh, was it not? Okay,
yeah,
sorry. It wasn't. Sorry, I knew that. It must have been a Kendama USA tribute or something. You remember the orange one that was kind of
Premier Line? It must have been Premier Line.
Really?
Or it was a Sunrise. I think it was a Premier Line.
Yeah. Anyway, I didn't really play it that much. I tried a couple times.
It was a precursor to the tribute, I think.
And then you took it back.
I think I gave it to somebody else.
I don't blame you. Tribute Jeep says, when are we having another Nashville jam? I know the answer to this.
When?
Nashville Cherry Blossom Festival. That's basically a jam.
Yeah, well, it's an event.
Yeah.
The Secure Classic Nashville, that is a proper event.
In my head, I separate the Secure Classic part. I'm thinking the Nashville
It's
Japanese
a good
Cherry
opportunity
Blossom
to meet
Festival.
up with a bunch of Kendama players, but we...
Show up or don't.
That's for sure one. I'd like to do more jams. We'll see what we can do. I mean, I'm gone every weekend for the next, 5 weekends, so... one of those weekends is
Busy
the
boy.
Nashville Cherry Blossom Festival.
Spencer.Krenz says, are you still looking to sponsor U.S. players anytime soon or farther into the future?
I mean, we're always...
The future is the future.
We're always open to sponsorships. It's just kind of like...
Things just have to make sense. And if you haven't seen it yet, go watch Coffeehouse episode 2 where we talk about sponsorship.
Yeah.
Because we really flesh it out for about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a good episode. It's one of the most popular we've had.
If anybody has some values that we're looking for and something that they can add to the team, sure.
It's available.
Yeah.
We'll have fun with this one. J._slays asks, I'm trying to start out my own kendama company. Do you guys have a recipe for the paint?
Wow.
Little honey,
Little
flour,
a little bit of cinnamon.
little water,
Wait, are we talking about a cake or are we
cookie.
talking about...
Oh, no. He was talking about paint for a kendama. Yeah.
Sticky is the best.
So, like, how do you do that? Is that like you dip the tama in like
Honey.
soda and let it sit there?
Probably not the best idea. I mean, test some stuff out if you're painting your own kendamas.
Go buy spray paint from Lowe's or Home Depot.
I haven't done a lot of painting myself, but from what I understand, you know, you gotta either like spray paint or a spray gun or some kind of spray mechanism.
You know, it'd be a good episode idea. I don't want to reveal too much. Considering the option for guests next season on Coffeehouse, a good guest would be I can't think of his name. Is it Shane who does the painting at Sweets?
Yeah.
That might be a good episode.
He'd be a good guest. He could just go in. He can go in on.
So there you go. Tune in next season. And
DM Shane.
This is such a stupid question. See Jesse, no offense. See Jesse 101 says, who's the more dominant brother? In kendama, totally Chad. In baking carrot cake, totally me. In wearing hats, totally Chad. In veganism, totally Chad.
It's...
In squats, it's kind of up for debate.
Wow.
We're kind of back and forth.
I mean, you got me beat on bench press for sure.
Barely.
You got me beat on standing shoulder.
Hey, you guys could see my chest right now if I wasn't, I made the mistake of not having a torso today by wearing this.
I was wondering.
Here, last episode, I was blending in with the tan. I was like, you know what? I'll change it up. I ended up blending in anyway. Osh_15OC says, could I send a coffee to try? I mean, yeah. What am I going to say no to that?
Yeah. That'd be sweet. Oh, you almost let me hang in there.
I'm not going to leave you hanging. If you want to, DM us or send Chad an email or something like that, and then we can hook something up. You're totally going to get another shout out if you do that.
For sure. Well,
Chad Covington asks.
Oh, sweet. I just wanted to answer this, to be honest.
Chad was like, what if we don't get any questions? I was saying that. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we were like 10 hours in, and I didn't know how to like access the feature, and it said no interactions with this. I was like, what the heck? All right, I'll put one, and it still said no interactions. I'm like, what?
I'm not looking at everything.
So I swipe up, and then there's like, I'm like, oh gosh, there's already several.
So Chad's question to himself was, do you have any strict practice regimens for competitions?
Great question. What was his name again?
At Chad Covington on Instagram.
Okay, first of all, you should follow him. Second of all, nothing strict. I mean, I'm not like, I'm no Nick Gallagher, but over the years, I think I've tried a few different things. Like, initially, whenever a trick list for an event comes out and I want to practice, I'll go through every single trick just to make sure I can do them. And then you kind of note the ones that you're like, these are really tough. You put them in a separate pile, and then you got all the ones that you're like, okay, I can do this. And then you try and like practice the ones you can't do just to get them down, right? So after you have the tricks separated, you go through and you just get good at all those tricks that you weren't able to do.
Just get good.
Just get good at them. Practice them until you got them down. Go through the whole list, try and land everything 3 times because open division is 3 points. Ideally, you can go through and hit, or you're like 3 sets to one trick. Try and do the tricks 3 times. I know Liam will go through and do every trick 5 times in a row. If you can land every trick 5 times in a row, if you're in your final open division match, you should be able to land every trick 5 times in a row.
You can rely on yourself.
Get the 5 points and win, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the ideal, like, go through and land everything 5 times in a row is the best of the, like, that's where you need to be. For me, I just like to be comfortable with the tricks. If I land them 3 times, just go through the list every single day. Hopefully you get honed that way. So
Cody Booth, Magic Dama Dude, said, in this giant wave of modern shapes, what do you think the next big Dama innovation will be? And we kind of talked a little bit in the designing kendama. I think we made a prediction.
Oh yeah, what was that?
I can't remember. That's how bold it was.
Oh, I think maybe it was something to do with maybe like added weights inside the
Maybe that was
cups
yours.
or
That wasn't
something.
mine. I can't remember what mine was.
I know like people are getting really creative in the bottom cup now, but I'm guessing that maybe it's something in addition to the wood that will maybe allow slingers to go longer, lunars to be heavier. Yeah, something like that.
I'm not a good predictor of
It's
these
funny.
things.
C. Fraser had a good idea. It was something like, will we get to the point to where the tama will be weighted in a way that the tama hole is always going to land down, you know, like a cat landing on its feet, or like a what is it in badminton, the like thing like is always going to come down that way.
As Twitter would suggest, the vans that you throw and they end up staying on their soles.
Will kendama be like vans? Tune in next week to find out.
Chewbacca 90 Ryan Plord asks, favorite wood combos.
Maple and walnut are the peanut butter and jelly of kendama.
I really love the look of rosewood. And maple's consistent, but I feel like I should just go away from that. I like elm. I think elm and rosewood are mine.
Nice.
Purple Heart's sick too.
Purple Heart is sick.
What's yours?
So
You
different.
did maple.
Yeah, maple and walnut's staple. It's classic.
Ryan Plord again asks, favorite Dama of all time. Mine it would be the KWC one made by Gloken, or not Gloken, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't think of the name. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Iwata.
Yeah.
Kazuma Iwata-san.
It was the what year?
It was like
7 years.
Kevin DeSoto got it. 2014, 2015.
Sick. So sick.
Yeah.
That is just like a masterpiece
it's like all
in terms
the,
of
like, ebony, cherry, maple, rosewood.
just the amount of effort that went into develop, like making it and like everything else.
And they were gifted to everyone who came, which is just wild.
Crazy.
They couldn't do that nowadays.
This is a funny question. Steezy_Wonder asks, can you sponsor Baldo and then Baldo sponsor you for analog?
That's funny. I feel like it would be slightly like conflict of interest. But,
Maybe. I don't know.
Yo, Baldo.
Slide in my DMs.
Slide in a DM.
Tom24 Boy asks, dream achievement in life? I love this question.
I want to run a full marathon, 26.2 miles. That's like a bucket list.
We both
goal.
got the triathlon thing. Anything more aspirational than that? Talk about your future family. I personally would like to have kids. I would like to have a guy and a girl, boy and girl, because I think it'd be neat to experience both sides of that parenting, and it'd be nice. Traveling.
Yeah, true. I mean, pretty much just to live a happy, comfortable life would be ideal.
Comfortable? You have to sacrifice the gym. You have to suffer for your art.
Happy, comfortable, and surrounded by people who love me, man.
Wow,
that's
sweet.
the ideal.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
For me, aside from the family and the occasional travel and stuff like that, I just love learning a whole lot. And so I would like to continually challenge myself to learn more and more year after year. In the past year, I kind of been working on dancing and that kind of thing, and I think music would be an aspiration of mine. And in my head, I'm thinking if you just do a little bit continually, nonstop, in 20 years, you could have 6 good skills under your belt.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would be 45, and I'd have all this I can dance, I can play music, I can do woodworking, I can And so I think developing skills is a fun idea, and then business-wise, I think it would be fun to have a few different things going on. I don't want to spend my time going and having to be at a certain place to work. Say I don't want to be going to Nashville to my job at by 8 o'clock every single day. I want to kind of wake up and just see where the day goes, have calls and fix things and that kind of thing. I think that'd be nice for me. So
what was the thing you said if you do something 10 minutes every single day?
Yeah, so my little theory thing is if you spend 10 minutes a day developing a craft, it's 60 hours a year, which doesn't sound like a lot.
But it's 10 minutes every day. That's so little.
And it's nothing.
Easy.
I mean, there's nothing. Anybody can do that. And 60 hours of a skill is kind of a lot. I mean, you could at least get a basic handle on it. And I honestly feel
this is for the busy person too. It's 10 minutes at the end of your day.
That's kind of my goal.
Do something, yeah.
Yeah, with piano or guitar or singing or art or drawing or languages or something like that. I mean, 60 hours is a lot. So, Gandhi Lives asks, question for both of you: biggest inspiration / heroes both in and out of kendama.
Wow.
This, I feel as though, should come to no surprise. I really like Elon Musk.
Elon.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
The dude, he's just like, he looks like he just has fun. And he's like conquering the world by doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Tesla. I would love one day. No time soon. They're expensive. I can't support it, but
I'm sitting here, I'm just trying to think of my outside of kendama.
yeah, outside of
Inspiration.
Kendama.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't even say I don't know. I was just gonna, like, Adam Keeman came to my mind. We talked about him in a previous episode, but dude's just, like, so cool. So he could be friends with anybody. He's really creative. He's, great at photography. He's very, like, all of his creative skills are just incredible.
Yeah.
So, I think I admire that. That would be outside.
What
of
about
kendama.
your old coffee boss?
Oh yeah, he's started, or
What's his name?
He started Sal. He started 2 coffee shops, a coffee and a chocolate shop, and then purchased a coffee roasting company, and he owns 3 of those, and he's already on to the next project. He's been a part owner of a restaurant before.
But he's the one who owns Magic Beans.
Yeah, he owns Magic Beans, Chocolate Holler, Cup of Commonwealth, and his work ethic and his
It's admirable.
his future insight, or he can kind of look at somebody and tell what they're capable of doing, and he's really good at looking at people and working with people, and he pairs people together well. I mean, he's very, very mindful of people.
And for the sake of
really
our relationships in future, I'll say our parents, because they're bomb.
cool. Yeah.
They've each got their own strengths.
Within Kendama, I've got a lot of respect for Nick Gallagher, just the amount of skill and time and progression, and for someone like it's funny, Kendama Goat is so creative and funny, off the wall, it's so funny, dude. Dude's hilarious. Max Norcross too,
Chad will go on for hours on this.
I got a lot of
everybody.
people within Kendama.
Chad just loves everybody.
Damon Kirchmeyer for
David's
his
cool.
creativity as well. Just there's so many people that within Kendama are
So
inspiring.
Monkey Glands, which is actually spelled Monkay.
Monkey.
Monkey Glands. Look him up. He does a lot of wood burning and stuff like that on Twitch. Very cool. Since you've traveled all over, Chato, which was your worst travel experience, terrible flight or something else?
Oh,
Well, I mean, we
weird.
kind of covered this by accident early on. 7-Eleven chicken.
yeah. I don't know that I would. I guess that's a travel experience. I've not really had any really. We could talk. Let's talk about this quick story. Sheldon and I were on the way to MKO. We had a 6 a.m. flight from Lexington to Detroit, and then connecting Detroit to Minnesota. It was a Delta flight, and we board the plane, and it was the UK.
University of Kentucky.
University of Kentucky. Was it
Women's rifling team.
Women's rifling team was on the flight. It was cool. Just
They're pretty cute.
It was okay, there's people our age that are also traveling on a Thursday or whatever
Yeah,
it was.
Thursday
It was
morning.
It's not so weird, right? That we're doing it. So we all board the plane, shut the door, they pressurize the cabin. They're
We sit
hello.
there for 15 minutes.
Yeah, hello, this is the captain speaking. I mean, no, it was 30 minutes. The whole boarding process finished. They pressurized the plane. Pilot gets on, is windshield cracked. We're going to have to deplane. We're going to get a new plane taxi.
It's going to be flying up from Atlanta.
They're it's going to be about an hour. So it's okay, we get off. Oh man, sit there for a while. And then my phone gets a notification, 2 hours. 2 becomes 3. They bring out the snack cart. They start giving us decks of Delta cards. And we're just all right. All of a sudden, 6 hours goes by. We got a new plane. We get on the plane. We're just pressurized, good
Please,
to go.
no windshield crack.
Good to go. We're good to go. And so we fly to Detroit, and we're 6 hours behind, right? So terrible experience there. But they made up for it because our connecting flight Detroit to Minneapolis, we got first class.
Yeah, and
So that was is it worth it? And of course, it was just a 45-minute flight.
And we got to meet some people who were traveling to Minnesota as well from Detroit.
Yeah, which we actually became really good friends with.
Yeah.
They were some younger kids, and they ended up coming to several different events and everything.
Yeah.
After that, and so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
So it was kind of like bad
It's just a mixed
situation,
bag.
good, and I mean we
You have
were
to be-
leaving so early on that Thursday. Like we didn't miss anything other than the like.
You just have to be
day.
positive and turn like the bad stuff into the good stuff. This mindset.
Yeah. Plus, if we were like up at the counter arguing, like 6 hours, you guys made us late. You know, like
It doesn't
we
accomplish
probably
anything.
also wouldn't have gotten first class
True.
on that flight. So they took care of it.
Underscore Lily with 2 Y's, LILYY.rose underscore says, why are Soul Kendamas so good? LOL.
Well, I think the amount of time, Kevin, Lynn, and Shelton and I put into designing the soul shape and the thoughtfulness behind the decisions and moves we make. And
And they're fun.
they're fun.
They're just fun.
Cool.
There you have it.
That's that.
Flip 615. What happened to the monthly Nashville jams?
We'll
Busy.
do another one. We'll do another
Just
one
busy.
sometime,
Just
yeah.
getting stuff going. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just life. That Puerto Rican poppy. What was the moment when you fell in love with kendama?
It kind of like swept my school in a small way. The first one I played was kind of heavy, and just trying to get the big cup, and like I got the spike easier than I got the cups. I picked up a lighter kendama the second time I played, and I pulled it up and just plonk right in the forehead.
And that's when it hit him.
That's when it.
That's when it hit him. But
No, I think after getting your first spike, really like.
for me, I would say I am not in love with kendama. I would say I'm probably more like in love with the kendama community. So
Nice.
there you go.
For me, it was the first spike. Love at first spike.
And the last question, I should have done this in a different order. Josh underscore 3 dot underscore says, when will Alex Mitchell become a pro?
He definitely deserves it. I mean, he just turned 16, so you keep in mind he's young.
We like to keep the age close to adult things because it makes it easier for parents to be convinced that traveling's cool.
Yeah, and so to come and take over this weekend is his first time traveling alone. So he's flying by himself. We're meeting up at the airport, and so it's kind of a test to see like.
Can he make it through an
can he do
airport?
it? If Alex Mitchell's watching this, bro,
We believe in you. Get off Fortnite. Practice your kendama.
he's probably on to Apex.
Alex
by
is
now,
a
let's be
savage.
honest.
Yeah. It's possible. I don't like Apex. Tried it. Not very good at it.
We don't want to. Hey, we want to make sure like if they want to sponsor us down the road, we don't want to like.
Not feeling strong.
We don't
about
want to
that.
cut any ties.
I've only seen a couple
They
videos on it.
gave me Mr. Beast like $200,000 for that video. Yeah.
Didn't even watch it.
Apex sponsored. So.
Yeah. Well, that is the end of the Q&A. I have no questions left. How about you see if you can think of something to ask me, and I'll see if I can think of something
How
to
was your
ask you.
Starbucks? No,
The Starbucks
That's not
is
a real question.
pretty good.
Pretty good.
Let's see.
Okay. I got a question to ask. Ready? What are some things you want to see in season 2?
I was
Coffeehouse?
literally about to ask you the same thing. Why are we the same person? So for me, like I was saying, is the quality overhaul. We're gonna get some like lapel mics, and I'm gonna get that set up, and we're gonna get I'm gonna get a better camera and a full blown setup. And so for me personally, it's gonna be thinking of ideas for content, which would be guests and other stuff like that, and then quality, so that we can make a super awesome show.
Sweet.
What about you?
For me, I want to see more brewing methods, guests, and of course the quality. I just want to see.
So we're once again completely aligned.
Like the shots always like. Well, I want to get like a little more refined on everything. Like the shelves each episode are like different spots. Like zoomed out,
can't not
zoomed in.
doing that.
So
My house, my rules.
So
we're not
we'll
moving
figure
the
it out.
shelves.
Quality up, guests, coffee. Let's do it.
So we're gonna see if we can do just some different kinds of content outside of the coffee house thing. Maybe some other coffee type stuff. So like because that's fun. We still like coffee. So like we want to do maybe some tutorials, just talking about stuff, or like just showing off some stuff, features.
Hopefully also maybe getting more people into kendama through different avenues.
And I think it'd be fun to do episodes of things like where we're dropped in different situations. Like I'm just gonna say this right now. It'd be really fun to go to like a Lassiter's and just see if we could work there for like 2 hours.
That'd be funny if they could like.
You could flex on people so hard. Like you'd be like, yeah, I know how to make this, and you're just like.
Oh, that's funny.
Whip it up,
You're like,
drinks.
don't tell them
That you've got
previous
experience.
barista
They just have to tell you like vaguely like what you should do. Like Make an espresso.
Yeah, these shots aren't pulling 18.5 grams. Should I like calibrate the machine or be like, what?
What? Yeah, so it'd be fun to do some stuff like that maybe. So we're gonna play with some ideas and have a good time. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in for the full season. We're up to like, if it was like 40 minutes an episode, which this one's gonna run long. 10 episodes. We're up to like 450 minutes total watch time for the season. YouTube is probably experiencing a bit of a shock and awe right now because we have just like punched it in the mouth with like viewership and like minutes watched with these long episodes. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. It's been so fun to do this season. Next season it's going to be even better. No promises on when it's coming out. I mean, I know we're going to get DMs. It's going to be like, when are the kids restocking? When are we going to get Sticky Coast? When are we going to get Coffeehouse? The answer is soon.
Yeah, I'm going to continue doing monthly updates. I've been filming and making edits for every event I'm going to, so you'll at least have that in the meantime while we really hone in the Coffeehouse craft. So
that's right. If you guys want to catch us on Instagram, which you might, you can find Chad here at Chad Covington. You can find me at Shelton, SHELTONIII, and at Soul Kendamas. Dink it.
already sank it.
Cool.